When I was in elementary and middle school, I was like a competitive piano player, so I used to go to all these competitions to play piano. I played at Carnegie Hall. I practiced like 8 hours a day, super intense, but I kind of knew that like I wasn't gonna become a pianist. My dream was always fashion.
Take 5.
So this spring, summer 2023 for New York Fashion Week, we're doing something really special. In partnership with Afterpay, we're presenting the first decentralized runway show. Generally, when you think of a runway show, you think of it as coming from one single source, the designer. So for me, decentralization really means turning that on its head and kind of breaking down that paradigm. We wanted to really highlight the many collaborators and partners that we had that were a part of the show and make the creative experience more inclusive. My brand is perfect for a decentralized fashion show because what was different for me from other people was that I didn't have any connections in fashion. I didn't really know anyone when I just moved to New York. I was literally just starting from like complete blank slate, zero. All I knew was that I wanted to have a fashion brand. And everything that I built on was really because of the internet. Like without social media, without this kind of co-created aspect, I don't think I would have been able to get to where I am. Not having that access for me initially made me hope that, you know, if I were in a place to be able to help in some way, that I would like to. One of our jumping off points for our design was turning something from fantasy into reality. And you can see that in a lot of the prints and the motifs. But we also wanted to reflect that through our hiring process. We wanted to bring people from across the US that had this dream of being a part of New York Fashion Week and then turning that fantasy into a reality. To do this, we crowdsourced an assistant stylist, a photographer, and a model. We went through thousands of applications, picked each person based on their story and based on their merit, and decided to have them fly into New York and be able to be a part of the show.
And when you found out that you won, what was that like?
It was the best day of my life, honestly. FaceTiming Kim. She looks so good too.
So I think something that was really exciting in this show in particular too was this pixel garment that we have. So we collected over 800 submissions of original content. And what we did was put all their pieces that they submitted together and made it into a larger print. And then we made that print into a garment that's coming down our runway. Hey. Music is so important to a show. We knew we wanted this crowdsourced element in it where we had multiple perspectives, and Stelios came up with the idea of having like a hotline and having people leave voice messages to tell their own story and then combine their voices into the track in that way.
So the piece is called Première Gymnopédie. Gotta give it that proper French pronunciation. That piece is so iconic, but then like totally like twisting it and making something like otherworldly with it. That in tandem with all the voicemails that we were collecting, the question that we asked was, what is something that you were once embarrassed about but grew to love?
I said I used to be embarrassed about my curly hair, but then that's something that I love now. No one Asian had like curly hair.
I have these really high cheekbones because I'm Mongolian and I used to be super embarrassed about that, but I fucking love it now. It makes me feel so beautiful.
Saying that we want a decentralized runway, I felt like the need was that we needed a public location that anyone can access. I wanted it to be an iconic New York location. We're in Grand Central right now, and my show is gonna be in like 2 hours. So I wanted to do it in Grand Central because I feel like it is publicly accessible, but then also it's grand and the clothes have a really like sculptural element to them this season. I think that combo really works. I think when we were doing location scouting, they were asking me like what's something you want it to look like, and I was like, I want it to look grand. yes, there's like that show and then the brand is under my name, but it's really the work of so many different people coming together. So I really like being able to show that no one can do something just like alone.